To win in the NFL today, you have to be able to pass the ball. An elite wide receiver and QB pairing can sometimes equal instant success. Like Mahomes and Brady, for example. Other times, years of work, repetition, and dedication can breed championships. Like Manning and Marvin Harrison, for example. With that said, in this video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 QB wide receiver tandems in the NFL today. Now, quickly before we hop into the video, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. I post sports videos, football videos, and NFL videos daily, so you don't want to miss a video. Now, at number 10, this might be controversial, maybe not. You guys can let me know in the comments. I have Big Ben and Juju Smith-Schuster. So Juju Smith-Schuster had a crazy rookie season playing alongside Antonio Brown, future Hall of Famer, hopefully, or at least statistically he's a Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, with AB's absence and Big Ben getting injured, things just kind of looked funny in the light, you know? Big Ben has kind of been a roller coaster quarterback for the past 2 years. He's had some really low lows and some okay highs. And Juju Smith-Schuster, again, though he flashed some excellence playing alongside Antonio Brown last year, even when Big Ben was healthy. To be frank, he just wasn't putting up those big #1 wide receiver numbers you would expect him to put up being the main guy in the offense. He wasn't putting up big boy numbers. So in my opinion, this might be the worst tandem in the league, and it's more so because Big Ben is old, on the downside of his career, and he's constantly getting injured. I think Juju will continue to get better, but Big Ben at this stage in his career, he's only getting worse. At number 9, we have Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. So Julio Jones is all world. Unfortunately, Matt Ryan, former MVP, just hasn't looked like his former MVP self in a while. In 2019, Matt Ryan threw for 26 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. That's a terrible TD to interception ratio. He did throw for 4,000 yards, but 4,000 yards just isn't impressive anymore. Like, everybody's really throwing for 4,000 yards. It's just not impressive. So right now at this stage in the game, he's just giving the ball away way too much. Now, we know they've had some offensive coordinator changes and switches and stuff like that, but the Falcons desperately need to get stabilized, and hopefully this duo can get back on track and help stabilize the Falcons. At number 8, we have Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield. I thought about putting this duo at number 10 because it didn't really equal instant success, how so many people thought it was. A lot of people were high on rookie Baker Mayfield, so people figure sophomore season, you pair him with Odell Beckham, a guy that's all world, all pro. I think we all figured this would be a dominant, deadly duo, but that just really wasn't the case. Odell Beckham's stats went down a pretty good bit. He didn't really see the end zone much. He barely scraped 1,000 yards, and at times it seemed like Baker Mayfield was, 1, only rolling out right, and 2, not looking downfield. He didn't look like a polished quarterback. It honestly seemed like he almost got worse. The more targets you put on the field, it seemed like almost the more stress it was on him to make the right read. With that said though, Odell Beckham's great. Baker Mayfield's still young. I think if Baker Mayfield continues to get better, which I think he will, I think this might eventually be a top 5 duo in the league. Right now though, I'm gonna have them at number 8. At 7, we have Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins. So this is a pretty solid duo. So to be honest, we don't really know how they're going to play as a duo, but in the past they've played pretty well together. We know Cousins loves throwing the ball to Thielen, and Thielen's a dog. He's a dog. He gets open, he runs great routes, he catches the ball. Kirk Cousins, he's a competitor. At times he throws an accurate ball, but I have these guys at 7 because again, we've never seen them as a duo. Thielen, similar to Juju, might not look that great being the #1 receiver in the offense, and 2, again, we've just never seen the duo only be a duo. We've only seen them as a trio. At number 6 is where things get exciting. We have Kyler Murray and Deandre Hopkins, man. So Deandre Hopkins, we know, is again, he's one of those all-pro, all-world guys, top 5 receiver in the league. Then Kyler Murray, he's a young quarterback, you know. The Cardinals didn't have a lot of talent around him. I don't even think they were ready for what Kyler Murray can bring to the table. Kind of similar to the Ravens. They weren't ready for Lamar Jackson that first year, but that second year they put in the offense and a scheme that he can thrive in. I think the Cardinals are going to do that for year 2 with Kyler Murray. So in my opinion, a new scheme with a new weapon, just the potential here, I think it's going to be crazy, and that's why I got these guys ranked number 6 on my list. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. I think they're going to be fun to watch for a long time. At number 5, we have Devonta Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Devonta Adams runs crazy routes. He's like a really freaking good receiver, puts up big numbers, big boy numbers. I don't think he's one of those guys that you can man coverage. And then we know Aaron Rodgers. He's the bad guy. Mama, there goes that man. Mr. Hail Mary, Mr. Mustache. He is a beast. Now, he is, in my opinion, on the downside of his career. he kind of ran Mike McCarthy out of town. With that said, even though he's on the downside of his career, I still think he's a very solid quarterback. Him being on the downside and Big Ben being on the downside are two different downsides. Like, this isn't the Aaron Rodgers that's gonna throw 40 touchdowns, 5,000 yards, but he can still throw for about 25 touchdowns. He's gonna take care of the ball, and he's gonna get the ball to his guy Devonta Adams. This is still a deadly duo. We saw it in the playoffs. They have great chemistry, great connection. At number 4, this might be controversial, but we have Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. Now, this would have been higher on my list, but I feel like the other guys on this list, they really rely on their duo, especially the guys ranked above this one. But Patrick Mahomes, he really spreads the ball around. He hits Hartman, he hits Tyreek Hill, he hits Travis Kelce. He really spreads the ball around. I don't think Mahomes is just eyeing down one target. But I put him at 4 because 1, they're champs, and 2, the skill here. This is just a crazy combo of skill. Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. Before it's all said and done, Patrick Mahomes could go down as the greatest quarterback of all time, and Tyreek Hill, he's on pace to put up some pretty crazy numbers too. Now, last year he might have had a down year. He did miss 4 games, but in 2018 he almost put up 1,500 yards. Those are big boy numbers. Those are huge numbers. We know he's a splash player. This is just a ton of talent on one team, crazy talent. But again, since Mahomes really spreads it around and doesn't just eye down one guy, that's the only reason why this duo, this tandem, isn't high. At number 3, I mentioned this guy in the intro. We have Tom Brady and Mike Evans. Now, this is a duo we've never seen. But 2 things we know: Brady's the GOAT on the other side of his career, but he's the GOAT. One of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. And Mike Evans is freaking amazing. He is like a buried treasure. I don't know if you guys watched Mike Evans since he was in Tampa. They were losing. Winston was throwing 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. But I'm telling you, Mike Evans is an all-world talent. And we saw Brady instantly click with guys. Instantly just work with tons of players, tons of talent. It almost seems like whoever you put around him, he's gonna find a way to get him the ball. I think this is gonna be a top 3 duo before it's all said and done with. I think Mike Evans is gonna have the best season of his career if they both can stay healthy. And this might be too bold, but I think this duo is going to a Super Bowl this year for sure. I think we're gonna see kind of similar success between Brady and Moss. I think we're gonna see that with Brady and Mike Evans. If you think I'm wrong, comment down below in the comments. At number 2, we have Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. So Michael Thomas is all world, man. He's crazy. He is the best receiver in the league, hands down. I don't think anybody can guard him. I think he's kind of similar to Jerry Rice, where he's not the fastest, but he runs insane routes, he gets amazing releases, and he catches everything. Now, Drew Brees is another guy on the other side of his career. But the reason why I say this tandem, this duo is number 2, is because we saw Teddy Bridgewater step in, and Mike Thomas did the same thing. Like, this might just be Mike Thomas just destroying defensive backs and cornerbacks, and not so much Drew Brees being great. Drew Brees on the other side of his career. So even though Mike Thomas is an all-world talent and Drew Brees is still a very good quarterback, I'm gonna pencil this one in at number 2. And this only leaves one duo, one tandem at number 1. You can try to guess them. You should be able to guess them if you're a football fan. If you really watch and really know football. At number 1, we have Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper. This is a tandem, a duo that instantly worked. Since they made the trade for Cooper, this tandem instantly worked. It worked the first year, it worked the second year, and it earns Amari Cooper $100 million, and it's gonna earn Dak Prescott a lot of money very, very soon. And one thing different about this duo than every other duo on this list, both of these guys are in their prime, and both of these guys have played together as a duo for a long time, and they've both put up consistent numbers as a duo. You can read everyone through the list. All the other duos are either new duos, duos with older aging players, or duos that just quite haven't meshed yet, you know? And then the one duo, Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, Mahomes just spreads the ball out 2 more. I probably could have put Travis Kelce there. I probably could have put Sammy Watkins there, you know? Mahomes really spreads the ball out. But this is a duo. The Cowboys offense is very reliant on this duo. And again, for the past 2 years, it's working. So I see no need for them to be slowing down in year 3 of working together. As always, if you guys think I got this list wrong, sound off in the comments, man. I'm gonna go through the list one more time and we're gonna wrap up the video. At 10, Big Ben and Juju Smith-Schuster. At 9, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan. At 8, Odell Beckham, Baker Mayfield. At 7, Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins. At 6, Kyler Murray, Deandre Hopkins at 5, Devonta Adams, Aaron Rodgers at 4, Mahomes and Tyreek Hill at 3, Tom Brady, Mike Evans at 2, Drew Brees, Mike Thomas, and numero 1, Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't be afraid to comment and get active. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.